Hello everybody and welcome to this new video tutorial where we are going to show you how to correctly put the device for the first time on a boat for a race you want to record, okay? So we will need only two pieces. First, the device itself, and then the socket, this white piece of plastic. This is the piece that will be stuck on the deck of the boat and where you will put the device on to start your recording. So the socket itself, as you can see, it's a piece of plastic. It has two double-sided tape strips on the back to properly stick to the carbon. And then as you can see on the inside, it has a metal plate, okay? It's very important when you put the socket on the boat that this metal plate is facing back, okay? It must be facing the stern of the boat. So next question, where should we place the socket? Because of course it's not the same put it here to put it here, because afterwards when we do the data processing the results will be different. We have one table in our website, in our application, that is telling you for each boat, for a C1, C2, C4, K1, K2, K4 and others, where exactly you should put it. The distance to the stern, to the back of the boat, the exact distance you should put it to make sure that everything is well calibrated and you are measuring the data as accurately as you can. Once we have measured the distance, we need to place the socket, and it's very important that this socket lies on the center line of the boat, okay? Because if it's twisted, if it's moving to one of the sides, then the measurements can differ a little bit. In general, it doesn't really need to be perfect, but at least to put it as accurately as possible to discard any type of noise or bad data that we can be recording otherwise, right? So let's stick it. And that's it. Easy, right? So this boat is ready to go. Imagine that now we have a paddler, an athlete that wants to go to the water and they want to do some training, competition, you want to record the race or you want to use the live data transmission from the Kosoku, whatever. So what are the next steps? Once we have the boat ready with the socket, you take the device, you see that the device has some text, so you put it on the socket with the text so that you can read it when facing the front of the boat, when facing the bow. So like this. You put it in the socket and it will vibrate twice, meaning that it just turned on. After some seconds, because the device is booting, it will start vibrating once every second. Boom, boom. This means that it's looking for the GPS signal, okay? Once it finds the GPS signal, it will make one last vibration very fast, boo, 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 and after that, no vibration at all, which means that the device is already connected, it already found the GPS fix, and it's already recording automatically. You don't need to do anything. So as a coach, the procedure is as easy as taking the device, putting it on the socket, and you can forget about it. Then the athlete can take the canoe, can go on the water, do the training, do the competition, whatever. And imagine that the athlete already finished the competition, he came back with the boat. How do you remove the device? So it's very important, I will explain now why, to follow this procedure after you finish a race. So imagine that the athlete just came with the boat. Before removing the device, you turn the canoe or the kayak upside down for 3 seconds. And after these 3 seconds, the device will vibrate. The Kosoku will make a very strong vibration, which means that it finished saving the data and it's already turned off. And after that, you can already remove it from the socket. You can think, okay, what happens if me or the athlete forgets to flip the boat and doesn't follow this procedure? You can still remove it and it will, most of the cases, everything will be fine. You will still have your data. But if the device was still recording some data and you interrupt it, you risk corrupting the data. So it's better to follow this safe procedure. You flip it upside down, the device turns everything off, saves the data to the safe storage, and then you can remove it safely and you are ready to go, okay? And then some other comments, some side questions I get asked by some teams. Some people do not really like to stick this to the boat directly. They ask me whether they can put some Velcro or some other tape to make it removable. I do prefer to stick it on the boat because with some Velcros, what happens is that the device can wiggle a bit on the surface of the deck, and then you are introducing some source of noise in the data that you don't really want. If you really trust your Velcro and you feel that the device is going to be tight, you can use it, but we personally do not recommend it as such. And then the procedure is as simple as we just show. If you are a coach, just going through it again really, really quick. Your athlete is going on the water, so you take the device, you put it in, and he's ready to go. You don't need to do anything else. He finished the training, he finished the competition, he comes back, you take the canoe, you flip it for 3 seconds, it will turn off, and after it turns off, you can safely remove it. Then we will have the session file here in the device. We can put it on the charging plate, access the Quko platform, and dump the data and analyze it, which we will show in another video. So that's it for today. This was a pretty short tutorial. Anyways, if you have any questions, you have any problems, just leave it in the comments and we will reply, or you can also contact us directly on our email. Yes, that's basically it. Hope that you are enjoying your trainings and your competitions with the Kosoku, and see you in the next one.